I'm joined now on the couch by Alyssa, Daniel, and Quentin, whose names I think I got right.
Yep.
Yes. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
for
Who
having
are
us.
you and why are you here?
So we're TSA Frisky. We're all from the college competition for E3 this year, and we're competing for best college game.
Best college game, so you're game developers.
Yes, we are.
And what did you come with?
We came with TSA Frisky and
TSA Frisky.
Yeah, and I came with Starcats.
Okay. So we got multiple games here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's 5 total competing for the competition.
Now, what are the rules on creating these games?
So really the rules are just enter your game. There's really no deadline on amount of dev time or team size or anything like that. We just entered our trailer and our game, and then I think about 500 colleges entered, and then they narrowed it down to 5 and had us out for the final competition. So
Well, congratulations in that case.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
When does the actual competition take place?
So the actual competition takes place over the course of the E3 event, so starting today and then ending on the 15th. And I think we get word at the end of the day on the 15th, so it'll be exciting.
So what happens if you win?
I don't know. Our producer could probably answer that question.
I don't think anything particular. I think you just kind of walk away.
Kudos.
With the honor.
Yeah, you walk away with
There
the
is a
honor.
trophy. You get a trophy.
Yes, you do get a trophy.
Okay,
Little-
good.
Little crystal trophy. Yep.
It's a
Yeah,
good start.
definitely.
Well, tell me about your games.
Well, so our game, I'll talk about our game. Our game is TSA
Yeah.
Frisky, which is exactly what it sounds like.
What does that sounds okay? What TSA Frisky is exactly like? Okay, so TSA being okay, I'm getting it.
So
Look, I'm initially captured by the Frisky more than the TSA.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
circled back around when you said it's exactly what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So you're a TSA agent, and your goal is to frisk and search as much luggage as fast as you can, and get all the contraband you can.
Yeah.
All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, how many sex toys are we talking about?
I think we've got like one solid, discernible, just
yeah,
one.
one
And then,
very
we've
clear
got
one.
some suggestive material, but one clear cut.
we have a line we like to try to stay on. Things that are suggestive enough to be funny, but nothing that's like
Not too far.
not too
much.
far exactly.
Trying
Not
to
like
keep
dead
PG,
bodies or-
PG-13.
No.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, too far.
We've actually like completely cut out weapons of any kind because we just felt like it's the TSA, it's the airport, all these things happen. We don't really need to talk about.
There's
that.
a lot of bad stuff out there already. Why focus on that?
Yeah. So we just focus on the humor.
The
So what are they
zany.
looking for then?
So you're searching for basically our contraband items rotate per round. So we have everything from, I guess, just general like slices of pizza all the way to tablets, sex toys like we mentioned, and then just ordinary contraband as well. I think for our first round, our contraband is
We have the iPad. We
Yeah.
have our version of an Oculus, which we called the Quackulus.
the Quackulus,
Okay.
because we're Quackback Studios, so duck theme.
We have a pill bottle and a wine bottle.
A wine bottle, yeah.
You can't have those breaking in your luggage.
Sadly.
This reminds me so much of almost kind of like Papers Please, which
That is one of our inspirations.
Yeah, it was one of our main inspirations. for
where's
sure.
Gus? He loves that game. I think you may have already sold a copy of your.
What they're forgetting is that they're a VR game. They haven't dropped
VR.
that yet. Yeah.
Wait, this is
That
a
is
VR
true.
game?
Yeah, it's
It
a VR
is.
experience, so it's a
Okay.
simulator essentially.
Which platform? I assume it.
HTC.
Okay.
HTC
The
Vive,
Vive.
yeah.
So it not yet available. Well, is it available to the public? Can
It
they
is,
get these
it
games?
is, yeah.
Can go on. We have an itch. Itch.io is the website, and just search TSA Frisky, and you can download our game. But yeah, and our goal is to produce this in about a year, where some of us are trying to start a studio and actually put this out there as a real
That's
product.
great.
Yeah.
So right now it is a free to download sort of thing, but you're trying to get it onto a platform.
Yeah.
That can
Yeah.
Right now it's just kind of a beta,
Right.
or prototype if you want to call it that.
Right. It's more of a experience than a full game, and then within a year we're hoping to have something fully flashed.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And how about your game?
Okay, so Starcats is a 4-person local couch co-op / competitive game. And the emphasis that we're putting there is on the fact that it's slash, because we made the game and we said, we don't want to force anyone. We're tired of people saying we have to compete or you have to work together for this game to work. So we're taking our hands off. And you play as 4 cats, 2 to 4, I guess, because it's multiplayer. You play as 2 to 4 cats, astronauts, who have crashed onto a planet. And you have to run around and try and fuel your ship back up so you can escape the planet. But then every time you escape the planet, you kind of just crash back because the cats are pretty incompetent.
It sounds very Captain Spiff, was it, from Calvin and Hobbes, just always crashing on the
Yeah,
planet.
he's always crashing, yep. So there's only one way to kill each other, and that's just to throw a rock at someone. It's very unintuitive. It's just kind of the joystick, you know. You're all on the same couch, and the fact of the matter is that if you kill someone, you're not done. So you kill your buddy, and you become a ghost, and the ghost haunts you. And the more ghosts that are haunting you, the more detrimental it is to you. So you drain your energy. They drain your energy. They're able to possess your items. They're able to pull you back from your objectives. So it's a big decision for you to have to kill your friends more than it is for you have to decide if you want to work with your buddies.
It's really a big decision for me if I need to kill my friends. But it sounds like it would suddenly become very detrimental to my ongoing enjoyment of the game.
Want to kill your friends. That is the decision you make by default.
Well, that's until they added consequences. Before that, I was just enjoying video games and could just do whatever I wanted. But now, actually, that reminds me kind of a mechanic in Don't Starve Together, where you could haunt each other.
As well as Crawl, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, and Crawl.
Yep. We got a lot of inspiration from them. So,
well, what kind of opportunities do you think this kind of competition opens up for people?
Definitely networking is a big one. Being able to meet up with people that are also in your industry that share the same passion. For our particular case, VR is still, in flux, still relatively new. So we get to kind of get in touch with other people who are exploring the same technology that we are, because it's kind of an unexplored territory. And then I guess as far as y'all's game,
I would just have to agree about the networking and just the experience. I mean, I sat down on the plane and I was kind of minding my business. I turned to my left and the guy looks at me, he's like, "Oh, is that GDC?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Marty Stratton." I'm like, "As in Doom?" And he's like, "Yeah." So like, oh my gosh. So I sat there for an hour and a half trying to keep my excitement contained. So yeah, so it's pretty amazing.
Another thing that it kind of lets us do is this E3 is a little bit special considering they just let consumers back in. So we get the ability for people to, not only industry professionals, to play our game and kind of like give us their opinion on it, but we can talk to the consumers who now have the option to play our game, and they're our target audience. So when they kind of give us feedback or they tell us it's fun, like that's actually really important to us because it affects how we go forward with our games.
And thank you, by the way, for working on a VR title, because I'm still kind of waiting on someone to make sure that doesn't go away again. It's sort of a sad space right now.
Definitely.
A lot of people are trying, but no, it's quite getting there.
We're hoping to get there.
So at the beginning, going back to your game, at the beginning of each round, you're offered a list of things, and then it's just a pattern recognition of.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it like on an X-ray? What are we looking at?
So right now, we will implement an X-ray eventually, but right now, the way it is the characters come through. They will have kind of like a red glow to them if they are dirty, if they have contraband, and if they're clean, they'll have a more greenish glow. So we wanted to convey with our UI just elements within the environment that kind of tell the player, hey, this is a suspicious person, versus putting the HUD right in front of somebody and totally ruining the immersion.
Right.
So that was a big challenge for us, was how do we convey to the player that this person has contraband. In a lot of our play testing, that was an issue that we finally kind of solved, but VR being what it is, it was kind of just try it all, see what sticks.
Absolutely, throw it at the wall and see what hangs on. Was this the first title that you guys had worked on, or was this?
As a team, this is our first title. And then we also did a proof of concept a while back. That was before Dan came on as our producer. But we've been in development for about 20 weeks now.
Oh, wow.
So still pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was our senior capstone project. So it's our entire year. We had worked together on different projects because it's a small team, 17, but we're all the same school. We've all been working together for the past 3 years. So we've been working on this for about 11 months now, and it's been definitely a challenge. It's been really interesting because we've always worked together, but this is the biggest team we've also worked on because it's a small school. So it's definitely the biggest opportunity we have before we go out to the industry to work on a game with someone else. So
do you find you guys all? Oh, sorry.
It's worth the note. They have a humongous team, and the ability for you guys to like work together and finish your product astounded me.
Donuts. I bought my team donuts almost every week because that was the only thing that kept them
together.
It
is a secret, I guess.
We have the
It
donuts
is
as
the
well,
secret.
so that
Donuts
must
is the
be the
secret.
key.
So making it to E3, secret is Team Donuts.
Team Donuts, yeah.
I
You heard it here
recommend
first. Donuts.
Well, you're really letting the cat out of the bag here. That actually brings up an interesting point, though. So you said you were the producer for the title. What do each of you do individually? Do you feel like you end up wearing a lot of hats in the development process, or is it you still find time to specialize in individual parts of it?
Cappies?
No. You stay over there.
No.
So personally, I'm the environment artist for our game, but we kind of shared responsibilities across the art team, programming team. Dan did some art as well. We enlisted him when we were running short. So it's definitely more of an indie vibe where we have a lot of different roles. But me personally, my defined role is environment artist, and then Dan's our producer.
And like she said, all of our teammates had to wear lots of hats. They all had their specific hat.
Sorry, I'm staring Ashley down to make
Lots
sure she
of
doesn't say Cappy
Cappies.
again.
Look, it's going through my head every single time, but
know.
I'm practicing some serious restraint. Should I go get my Cappy?
No. No more Nintendo. Until the next part. Sorry, please continue.
No. So our sound designer had to wear, actually he wore a lot of hats. He worked as our lighting artist. He worked as a 3D artist and a texture artist. So everybody has like multiple roles because, I mean, we're not a huge studio, but we just get done what we can get done.
Anybody that can do something does do something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was the producer on my team, and like Dan mentioned, we have a bigger team with 17, so we were able to split up into programming, art, and design. So it was mainly one person who had one role, and you didn't really divert from that. But then design team was a mix of both programmers and artists, so that we were able to, make sure no team was not represented in the design decisions.
I mean, imagine if you're trying to build a game from scratch like that, you really have to have kind of a diverse background of people coming into this.
Oh yeah.
You pull from a lot of different departments that maybe not necessarily the same one you're in.
So for my school specifically, we're all in the same department, but then we pull in CS majors because we don't teach programming as heavily as the CS department does. So our students in my department more supply the knowledge of like modeling and animating and like the lighting in the engine, and then they would help us provide the actual programming side of it, so making sure that everything worked well.
That's
Yeah.
great.
It's about the same for us as well. We networked with just, for our trailer, a bunch of film students, and then, of course, we have our sound guy in-house, which was great. But we did have to reach out for some storyboard artists, things like that, just to help facilitate the process with things we didn't necessarily have time or skill to do. So.
No, it's great. Yeah,
It's
I
great.
mean, and that's one of those things that's wonderful about college is there's so many people
yeah.
around that are interested in things and have free time. You
Without
know,
a doubt.
if they can put the parties down occasionally.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's great. So again, do you want to share your link one more time? Both is your game available as well?
We are not available yet. We are looking to go into market, but
Okay.
we are trying to more push for console development more than Steam.
Really?
development.
Console
Yes.
development?
We
So
really that's the
there's
dream.
one right now then.
Yes, there is one. I mean, obviously it's a hot topic. Everyone wants to get on the Switch, and we think that we are also for the Switch, but we're cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
So.
Definitely.
All right. Well, great. Thank you so much. I'm going to throw it
Yeah.
back over to Ashley and Bernie. Thank you guys and good luck.
Thank
No,
you.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.